Hey guys, Johnny X here, and today I got something a little special for y'all. Now, I got some shit that 100%, I got some good reviews, some big stuff going on, so just quick update. Oh yeah, by the way, as of the recording of this, this probably won't upload until like the middle of the night, so most of you probably won't get it, but as of the recording of this, it is currently my birthday, so happy birthday to me. And for my birthday, I've gotten quite a few things, some of which I won't do a review here because it's something that isn't really review worthy. I mean, I've made the mistake of reviewing one of these items once on my channel. I'm surprised it even did anything. It's kind of sad, actually. Like, really sad. Anyway. But today I got something special. I always said that you're not a real Transformers collector until you've had, unless you own or owned a Generation 1/Generation 2 figure. The Optimus Prime Generation 1 reissue doesn't really count. That's okay. Because, you know, if you're gonna own the G1 Optimus Prime, you're gonna own the G1 Classic. You know, the one that has the shitty elbows. That one. The one that doesn't really do a thing other than kind of sit there and look cool. Yeah, that one. That's pretty much all the Transformers were. The gimmick was that they transformed. People weren't worried about them actually moving all that much. And that was perfectly fine. So that is. Where is this leading up to? I don't know. I'm just gonna tell you guys, this is kind of gonna be a little irrelevant, but I got a good review coming up. You have to wait. I should have a good couple reviews out. I ain't gonna. The second one is going to be spoiled, but not in this video. Because the second review is gonna kind of coexist. Is gonna kind of be something that goes along with the first big review I got coming up at around the end of this month, possibly the beginning of next month. But you know, yeah. But for now, to hold you guys off, I got a handful of Generation 2 figures to review. And first up, we got a little guy. I don't know what. We got this guy. This guy. I don't know what his name is. I don't know anything about him. I just know it's that he's an Autobot, because it says so plainly right there. I know he's a truck, and he's blue. I don't know what he is, though. I do know most of the Generation 2 figures were basically just like recolors, repaints of the Generation 1 figures, hence proof in the next two Generation figures we're going to do, which both are... I know both of those, but I don't know this one. Leave it down in the comments below if you know which figure this one is. I don't have any accessories for these figures. I just have the actual like robots / thing. And by the way, this gap right here is supposed to be there. I think. I don't know. Maybe that's what the weapon does. It's like a thing that plugs in to fill that gap. But I'll never know unless I look it up. And that's why I'm gonna need you guys' help. If anybody can identify this figure, great. Let me know. But as of right now, I've nicknamed him Truckor. And yeah. So as you can see, this is nice car. This roof is die-cast. Yeah, it's got some die-cast, but most of it's plastic. You can see how this is gonna go down. This figure is your basic generic Autobot Transformer. Very simple, as per the G1 aesthetic. G1/G2 aesthetic. And yeah, it actually rolls really well. That's the only good part. And actually, no, I can't criticize this. I'm not going to criticize this for the obvious critical reasons, because A, these are generation older figures. We did not have the same Transformers technology we did back then. So I will criticize these from the standpoint of other Generation 1/2 figures. This figure is shit. I'm just kidding. This is actually a very basic figure. Basic transformation. Rolls very well. And the vehicle mode's not that bad, of course, other than the gap. And again, as far as I'm aware, nothing's supposed to fill that gap. I mean, if you want, you can fold up the head. That kind of fills in the gap right there, but then it just looks like the engine's exposed. So yeah. And let's transform. Transformation's easy. You just take these back legs and you fold them out. It's kind of hard to get them out because they're kind of like friction in. But anyway, you unfold these. They kind of like snap into place or like click into place. Take these side sections. You fold these out. I recommend folding up the head now. You fold up the head, and then you fold the front of the truck down. And I'm not going to do any size comparisons since this is just something to hold you guys off for now. And this is the guy. Truck art. This robot mode, as you see, very generic, basic transformer. Feet fold out, arms fold out, car folds down, head reveal. But this is very nice, and it reminds me of Barricade in a way. The original Barricade design from the first movie, with the wheels being all up here. So this could possibly be Barricade, actually. I don't know. For now, I'm still calling him Truck Core. Anyway, as you can see, very nice figure. Posability. The legs are supposed to lock into place, so no real posability there. The only real posability is the arms. Can fold the arms. I don't know if this counts as an elbow because of the length of the arms, or if this is a shoulder, but there's a joint right there that folds the arms forward, and they don't even reach past the chest. Okay, they don't reach past his car moves. But this figure makes up for it for having some cool, nice head sculpt, very nice head sculpt, and I can't show it off, but this figure actually has light piping. Some, not good light piping. Still looks, yeah, and quite frankly, because of the way it was made, it doesn't really need the light piping, but it's there, and it's definitely usable. So yeah, I don't know what guns this guy came with. Like I said, I didn't get any guns when I got these figures. But yeah, here he is. Basic little G1 G2 Autobot. So anyway, let's bring in the next guy here. Just lower the camera back down so I can roll in the next figure. Now this figure is one of the figures I've been talking about. Actually, let's just roll them both in right now. Well, roll one in. The other one will just kind of slide in. So anyway, here we go. We got this one. And this one. In case you already didn't know who these guys are, because you're a degenerate and not a real Transformers fan, this is Generation 2 Long Haul and Bone Crusher. Now, I don't have any of the Devastator pieces. I just have Long Haul and Bone Crusher, just the robots. No weapons, no nothing. No other Devastator pieces. I just got these three guys. I don't rip off, right? Anyway. Now I'm kidding. And for some reason, somebody put some repo labels on this guy. He's got one right there, and he's got one right there. But yeah, let's take a look at Long Haul first. Now, here's the Mighty Crotch Devastator, and its vehicle mode. This is actually a really nice vehicle mode. I like this vehicle mode out of the other ones because it works. It's cool, and it actually rolls really well, and it looks like a truck. And the only real hint that it turns into a robot is this crotch piece right here. Other than that, yeah. For transformation, of course, this is very simple transformation. I'll even show you the transformations into Devastator piece modes. And I'll just show you this one real quick since it's super easy. Just take the truck and fold it up like that, and there you go, the Mighty Crotch Devastator. Now there's a piece you plug in right here, and then the piece you plug in into that tab. Oh yeah, and you fold this top section back. into this tab, and that's how you form the rest of the crotch. But this is how you get the figure itself into that mode. So let's just unfold that real quick. To transform it, you take the truck bed, fold it out. This doesn't like lock into place, but it does kind of fit snug in there. So let me just raise this now, so I can actually get the review going. And this joint's loose, but just kind of fold that down. Take the wheels, fold those out, fold the arms down, fold out the fists. Just kind of leave them angled downward, and then take the whole top of the truck, fold it down like we did earlier. Take this back section, plug into place. Make sure these are still pulled out, and then fold up the head. There we go. We got a Generation 2 long haul. Again, very nice figure. Articulation, more or less the same for the other guy. Shoulders can do a bit of a 360, except the legs get in the way. And the legs actually, since it doesn't really fit as snug as the other one, I will count these as knee joints, which is nice, making this figure possibly the most articulated out of the three that I have. So yeah, this figure is great. So now on to the last figure. I'm trying to cut this a little short, just so I can actually have this upload in a reasonable amount of time. The last figure, we got Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher is one of those possibly the easiest to forget if you're not like super into the Constructicons. It's probably the easiest to forget. Bone Crusher. As you can see, he's this guy. I don't know what the construction vehicle is. I convinced my friend that this is a tractor, and they believe me. It's hilarious. They thought this was a pickup truck. They thought this was a pickup truck, and that's how I was like, "Ooh yeah." Normally, I would just tell them I don't know, but now I gotta get him. Anyway, the transformation with this guy. Oh yeah, I don't know the official transformations and how they're done. I just know how to get it from point A to point B, which there are actually several different ways, which is nice about these figures, because the old newer figures have a specific order of things. These figures you can easily just start unfolding things and eventually slide everything into place, and eventually you'll leap from point A to point B, which is nice about these figures. I mean, there was an official way to do it, but these figures you could leave a lot to the imagination. So when you start, as you can see, this thing folds around, so I fold that back. I flip this up, I flip up the arms, rotate them, and fold them down at what I consider to be the elbow joint. Fold up the head. Take the dump bucket, fold it up to form his moves. Like pretty much all these characters have like moves, but this guy has like the smallest and most reasonable moves. And for the rest of these guys, here, we'll take these back treads, fold these all the way down. You're gonna take the bottoms of the treads, and you're gonna pull those out, and then pull those up to form the feet. And this guy doesn't stand all that well. You gotta kind of like lean him forward a little bit, but once you get it, you get it. Just fix this guy, and this guy is easily out of the three. For articulation, long haul is the best. Articulation out of the three. This guy, so Tricor, no, I'll do that part last. This guy's good. Let's just leave it at that. This guy's good. It's kind of sucky just to get him into like a normal stance. You gotta have him in like a weird pose, but it's worth it. And you'd think the legs would be able to move, but actually no, they don't. As for articulation, the tips of the toes can fold down, although I don't know why you'd want to fold them back. You gotta lean them forward just to get him to stand. The arms can The shoulders do a rotating thing, and then he's got elbow joints, and he can look down. But for most of these figures, any sort of looking down movement is just them starting to look at them moves. So yeah, he's great. Now I'm gonna put this guy out here, and get this guy out here, and then I'm gonna move this a little bit to the side so you can fit this guy in here. And I like how, because of the loose joints, Long Haul looks like he's signaling his dick all GTA 5 style. I mean, with him, he looks like he's doing like a power superhero stance. This guy leaves a lot to be desired for any sort of looseness. Long Haul just looks like he's signaling his dick. It's awesome. Anyway, and now to give out the awards. Since I can't really criticize these figures for being older technology, I'm just gonna hand out awards for what they're actually good. Alright, Truck War wins the award for being most generic and simple Autobot Transformer out of the three, as well as being the only Autobot. No, I'm kidding, he doesn't get an award for being the only Autobot, but he does get an award for being the most generic out of the three. Very generic Autobot vehicle. He also wins the award for least amount of articulation. Bone Crusher wins the award for best arm articulation, considering you actually, if you position it right, you could technically kind of use those elbows a little bit, as well as he's got the swivel as well, so it's good. He also wins the award for, in my opinion, the most complex transformation, just kind of folding most of it up at the top and then just having the treads at the bottom. It's actually kind of cool. Most, if not complicated, if not most cool transformation. And Long Haul over here wins the award for best dick piece, best dick ever, because you know Long Haul's Devastator's dick. Gonna make that joke, but he wins the award for being the most best dick. Why? Because he's a badass. Long Haul is a badass. He also if his name actually was Dick, because Dick is actually a nickname for people named something that doesn't even remotely sound or share a likingness to the word Dick. But if his nickname actually was Dick, he'd be the most badass dick on the planet. And that's why he wins that award, as well as the award for best articulation out of the three. Considering he actually has articulation in the legs as well as the arms, it just balances out. He also wins the award for the visually the biggest moves. This guy gets best moves. This guy doesn't, and the last guy doesn't get an award for moves, because you know, whatever. So anyway, guys, that was this review, and I'm just gonna transform these guys one last time, just so you guys can see them all together in vehicle mode. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna do the outro. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, big stuff coming up. So, and if you want to see that, like that like button, subscribe, comment, and don't forget to click the bell icon so you can get notified whenever I upload. Because apparently YouTube is bad. YouTube is slowly making it harder and harder for less relevant YouTube channels to make it in the YouTube game. Like, you gotta actually love what you do. But yeah, once again, big reviews coming up. Announcement will be held during the first review for the second review, because the second review will tie into the first one. Or if I get both things in, I'll just do them back to back and not say anything. Then upload them one day and one the other day. So anyway, here they all are in the vehicle mode. Also, I like how G2 is the only one to ever change. Fun fact, although there have been different versions, by different versions I mean just the way different art styles for it. For the Decepticon symbol, the classic, classic Autobot Decepticon symbol, the award goes to G2, in my opinion. And this doesn't, and Beast Wars doesn't count, because Beast Wars, those are two different factions, completely. Yeah, you can basic people can say, Maximals are just futuristic, future Autobots, and Predacons are future Decepticons, but these get a reward for being the only series line that actually attempted to change the Autobot and the Decepticon symbols officially. When they finally brought back the original boys after Beast Wars and Beast Machines. I think Beast Machines actually ended up happening around the first attempt at a reboot. I don't know, whenever they started rebooting the original guys, like actually rebooting it after the next reboot after G2, because technically Beast Wars is kind of like a sequel or something, or well, it's something that happens during the same universe as the G1 cartoon, so that doesn't count. But the reboot after G2 just went with the original stuff, and I forgot where I was going with this, but kudos to this, to being the only reboot to actually like physically really change up the Autobot and the Decepticon symbol. You could still tell the differences. This one's still got the triangles and the spikes, and the head crest still has a dot. This one, at first glance, doesn't even look like it. Like, hold on, let me find an Autobot I can easily access. That will have the symbol. Just accessible. Alright, I got Bumblebee. Yeah, actually, you can tell with the Decepticon one that it looks like the Decepticon logo, but the Autobot symbols look completely different. And actually, if you put them all together, there are different designs for the Decepticon symbols. You got the formal one that they use for figures. You got the more cleaned up and a little more futuristic version for the Michael Bay movies, and you got the G1 version where it's kind of crappily drawn. I actually officially learned this from fuck, what's his name? Was it Shockwave? Yeah, Shockwave Masterpiece figure. It comes with stickers, and it actually showcases a bunch of different versions of the Decepticon symbol. It doesn't have the G2 yet, the G2 thing, but it's still cool. Speaking of Masterpiece figures, Masterpiece Devastator, Masterpiece Combiners, we need it. Hasbro, Takara, Tommy, please make our dreams come true. Give us Masterpiece Devastator, because that figures had third-party toys. That figures had the Combiner Wars Devastator, which was pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but it was kind of basic. Of course, keeping to the original theme of the original toys, which is basicism, and basically Devastator was the only real payoff for the whole thing, because the show itself barely ever focused on the Constructicons. It just kind of focused on the main combined guy. We need Masterpiece Constructicons. And please, Takara Tommy, if you're not gonna make an actual combiner, at least make the individual Constructicons. These guys are due for a good figure. If you're not gonna give us one that combines, then just give us a Masterpiece figure of each individual Constructicon. and then like call it a day, and then just leave us with the payoff. Give us yeah, give us figures where the payoff is the actual individual Constructicons, and then just leave the one thing that Hasbro actually did, that where the payoff was supposed to be for Devastator, the Combiner Wars guy. But please, Hasbro, Masterpiece, Devastator, and or the Combiner figures. Tired of third parties actually making the only good Combiner figures. I mean, the Combiner Wars figures weren't that bad, don't get me wrong, but Devastator wasn't. I mean, it's good. It sure as hell kind of filled that Combiner void that we've been that has been in our hearts. But come on, give us a little something, Hasbro slash Dakara slash Tommy slash whoever does all this cool masterpiece figure stuff. Come on, throw us a bone, or like you've I feel like you guys are avoiding this. You made Japanese figure. You did Beast Wars. Hell, you're doing the Michael Bay movies. You're doing Beast Wars, the Michael Bay movies. There's gonna be a third version. A third version of Optimus Prime. I mean, actually, don't get me wrong. And I know I've been saying that a lot, but Optimus Prime is good. And I kind of like the changes they're going to do with the next one. But the MP10 still might just be my favorite. I mean, MP01 was obviously a giant clunky piece of shit. But to be honest, original Masterpiece Megatron was too. But then they improved both the figures. And both of them ended up turning out better. I mean, Megatron's pretty good. You can't really fix perfection. But Optimus, I don't think you guys can really add on to perfection with the MP10. MP10, in my opinion, is perfect. I mean, the gun could be a little better. And it's the brick halfway through it. That's only because of storage. But seriously, I got clear. A little better. And that's the only little issue I have with that figure. But yeah, I feel like you made a Japanese figure. You did Star Saber. Like, what's up with that? Like, I mean, I get it. People like Star Saber. People like those guys. But do we really? I mean, come on. Like, you're avoiding this. You're avoiding. I feel like Hasbro slash Takara Tommy is avoiding uh, Masterpiece Combiner figures. Nah, shit. I've been ranting for like the past 50 minutes. Fuck off. Now I gotta end the video now here, or else it's gonna be like 30 minutes long, and then nobody's gonna watch this because they're gonna want to know how I managed to get a long ass video out of this, and they're gonna learn half it's just me ranting. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Like, comment, subscribe, click that bell notification. I'll see you later.